I hope you beautiful lot. My name's Jason and this is my 80s podcast. You put the boom boom into my heart. Right, here comes the intro. Oh, well, that was quick. This is what I'm playing. Right, welcome back. Take a good look at there. Right, welcome back to part 2 of my chat with the amazing Scott, Mr. Ginge from TikTok. Like I said before, very young, only born in the 80s, but knows and loves a lot of 80s. He he's a hospital DJ where he comes from. So this part, we just carried on talking. So I was asking him about a lot of 80s stuff, what it meant to him, why he liked the 80s, and these are what we were chatting about. So please take a listen and a look. I watch the 80s EastEnders with Den and Angie was in it, and the divorce scene in there, because I mean that was like 28 million people seeing that. I know every single word from that, which is even sadder that I've got to this age that I still know every word to that show. But that just goes to show, doesn't it? It's like, and I think that's why I love the 80s, because I mean, people say to me, do you not like the 70s? I went, I do. I was born in the 70s, but I was quite young in the 70s when you're growing up. And it's not, and when you think like in 1981, I was 10, or 1980, I was 9. So I was growing. That's when you learn. That's when you keep the information, is it? When you get a bit older, it's about 8, 9, 10.
That's like me in the 80s. It's like, even though I was only 83 when I was born, and I pretty much was only a babby.
But then it's not so much like that. It's like, that's why, because I've had loads of people ask if they can come on, but they'll be like 25 years of age now, and it's like, and I honestly, but I have to be honest, some of them, and I just think I think that's why I said to you, you'd be great, because I just think even though you're quite young, I just wanted people to know what the 80s were like for people, you know, because you could be 25 and still be. I mean, my sister's got 2 young kids that are like 10 and 12, and the little girl is absolutely bonkers about 80s, and it's really bizarre. It's not bizarre, it's great to see, because she loves dressing up in all them neon, and you just think that goes to show that what a great decade it must have been for kids nowadays that are like 10 years of age still loving something that's literally, do you know, I find really scary the fact that in 6 years time, it's 5 years time, that'll be 50 years ago. God. The 80s were 50 years ago in 5 years' time. And
we need someone doing the 90s here now.
Absolutely. So the 80s, I know you like. So what is it about the? Is it the music? So what is it? Because I always say to people, what is it about the 80s? Because is it? And if you're a movie buff as well, so if you love movies, it's going to be. I mean, no one made movies like 80s did.
Tom Cruise movies.
Do you know what? As it's you, I might. Do you know what? I might even go and review, because I've just got someone lent me Tom Cruise in Top Gun, and I've never watched Top Gun. And people look at me like I've just dropped from Planet Zod when they say that.
I mean,
do you know what's really? Go on.
To be fair, the Cocktail is probably the better one, really.
It's just, I just keep thinking it's got Tom Cruise in it. But you know what's really bizarre? I mean, this is a slightly going off topic, but I will cut this bit out. I've literally, the only film I've ever watched with him in it is, and it's because I love it, is War of the Worlds. And you know what? I know it's not a newer film, but he doesn't bother me in that for some reason. But I just think. Arsehole every time I see him. I tell you what, I will go and review Top Gun, and then if I like that, I will go and review the other ones that you asked me to. I can't. Do you know, you just can't. It's like, but then I get that. It's like some people can't watch other actors and they'll just say, Joe, I can't watch that. I went, why? And they goes, I just can't get my head around. And I don't know what it is. I don't know whether he just comes around. I don't know. I should watch it. I am going to watch Top Gun.
We need to know why he gets you going.
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. I just watch him and I just think, why do I want to put my fist through the telly when you just come on it? I don't know why. I don't know. And do you know when you watch him, he always comes across as he's a bit hyperactive, isn't it? I don't know whether it's that. It's probably because I am. We're probably the same. That's probably what it is more than anything. But I am going to review Top Gun. I will review Top Gun and I will and I will do a video podcast about Top Gun. And if I like that, I'm going to get risky. Is it Risky Business, you said?
Risky Business.
Was it Risky? Was it Risky? Oh, what was it?
Cocktail was the first one I said.
Oh, that was it. Yes, Cocktail. I'll have to try and see if I can get.
But the others are great too. So.
Oh, do you not see? I know people look at me. They'll say, "How can you love the 80s and not watch Top Gun?" I'm like, because he's in it. That's why. But I have to be honest. The
TV shows are brilliant as well. So, like, you've got the Knight Riders, you've got the Airwolf.
I love all them.
Yeah,
absolutely. Knight Rider, Airwolf, A-Team were the things that I used to watch on a Saturday that were just absolutely incredible.
Your viewers will probably hate me a little bit, but I was more a big fan of Airwolf than Knight Rider.
Do you know?
As much as I like Airwolf, Knight Rider, the Airwolf was more.
It's the I think with the Airwolf, a lot of people like because especially if you like aeroplanes, helicopters, some people were just mad about them growing up, weren't they? And then some people were mad about cars, and some people were the 18 mad about vans.
I was mad about this. I wanted to appear on it.
What was that? I can't see. I don't know why you've gone a bit slow. Let's have a look. Timmy Mallet. Yeah. Do you know what makes you laugh? Do you know now? Put a video up on my thingy of that. Loads of people liked it, and I just think you could not hit a child with that anymore.
I could.
but you know what I mean. You would literally get if you would get so. Yeah, it'll be frowned upon.
Remember his catchphrase?
No, I don't. Go on.
Mr. Can I go to the
toilet? Is that what he said? I have to be honest. When I was looking, I always thought Wackaday was in the 90s. I completely didn't realise it was 80s. And when I was doing some of the research, it was late. It was late. But even then, it's a bit like I always get. I always say this. It's like with Black Box and Ride on Time. That is an 89 song, but it literally associates with the 90s to me. And I think it's the crossover, isn't it? So when you start off with all the 80s song music from the 1980s, as you go into the end of the 80s, you can tell the song's a bit like Salt and Pepper's Push and Yazoo and The Only Way Is Up, and Technotronic by, you know what I mean? This beat is all that sort of stuff is going into the 90s because we've all got and even though we had synthesizers in the 80s, because we had Yazoo that did all that, and you know what I mean? As we was going into the 90s, and that's why I think things like Black Box and all that just feel like it's a 90s song, and it's not.
Like with the first pop group that paved the way for boy bands was New Kids on the Block.
But from the 80s.
Even though they were classed as more 90s,
they were 80s. Yeah. They were. And and people don't get that because people will say they'll put them in that same category, don't they, as like Backstreet Boys and all that. And they're not. They're an 80s group because they were out in the 80s, and I remember them coming out, and it's a bit like Bros. I mean, my sisters used to go absolutely bonkers over Bros. Matt Goss got a great voice, but for me, the 80s music just stands the test of time, doesn't it? Because it's like we still talk about it, people still listen to it, and it's like you do a radio show. I mean, you play a lot, you play some 80s stuff there, so you know what I mean.
On my Monday show, I'll do two songs of each decade. So.
That's good. And that's what, you know what I mean? And I just think they still, and people still love them though, don't they? So people still love like the 80s stuff.
Especially this week I did a Phil Collins song that you don't like.
It's a studio. And do you know, Razum, do you know why? Because I still don't know what it means. And he didn't know what it meant. Phil Collins, if he didn't know what it meant, how the hell are we going to know what it meant? It doesn't offend me. It's not like I couldn't put it on and just think, oh, I can't listen to that. It's like I said to you before, it's like Cher. I mean, I absolutely idolise Cher, is just up there for me. But a massive, what they class as, I mean, it's not a biggest hit now, I believe is, but if I could turn back time, it's a great song and I can listen to it, but it wouldn't be my first choice to have a Cher song. But loads of people do, don't they? When you talk about Cher, the first thing they'll say is if I turn back time, or they'll say Believe a lot of the time as well. But that wouldn't be my first port of call for Cher, as much as, I mean, that's not banging the song's incredible. She's incredible, you know what I mean? The woman's still going now and still incredible, but I just think for me it's just not the song that I would. And people look at me and they'll say, but that's the one I remember. The album, I remember getting into Cher, and I remember working when I was only about 15, 16, I remember working in this window factory, and there was these people getting these cassettes, and these lads have, I don't know if they stole. I want to say stolen, but I don't think they did. I think they got and they gave me a Cher, and it was Cher's. What's it called? What's the album called? The first album, Art of Stone. So it was Cher's Art of Stone album, and I'd heard a bit. I'd heard like I Got You, Babe, and all that, and I was just hooked when I got that. I couldn't stop playing it on cassette until we tape recorder, chewed it up, and then I went mad and I had to go and buy it on vinyl. But even vinyl, isn't it? When you think our vinyls all come back and people love vinyl now, don't they? I mean, I think it's great when I see some of the people that I work with that are like 20-year-olds talking about vinyl, and I think, God, that's like when I was that age, I used to talk about that, but we've gone in like full circle. We do it. Everything gets full circle, doesn't it, eventually? So, I do love vinyl.
There's plenty of vinyl sellers.
Yeah. I mean, there's loads, isn't there? I mean, I've got a lot of my 80s stuff, off things like, I can't say the name. Vinted. I'm going to say Vinted. I don't care. I love Vinted. Well,
if people shop around Portobello Road, there's a vinyl seller.
There's loads. Do you know what? There's absolutely.
She actually is on TikTok.
Oh, is she?
She streams while she's working on a Saturday.
Oh, nice. That's a bit alright. I do love all the vinyl stuff. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to let you go, Scott. But thanks ever so much for coming on. But thanks ever so much, matey. It's been a pleasure. And you smashed Neighbours. How brilliant was that? How amazing was that? Do you know what? This is why I love doing my 80s podcast, because I get to have some amazing guests on and then just be able to do some great 80s stuff on my own as well. And I just absolutely blows my mind. So please, if you want to follow me, Instagram, TikTok, it's not Twitter, I keep saying Twitter, X, Facebook, YouTube. Follow me on YouTube for some great episodes, on Spotify, an audio version go onto Apple as well. And please, have a great day, you beautiful lot. Y'all come back now, you hear?